first day at RMFC was because we had a vehicle that wasn't going to make it across town. And so we decided to go to a church in our neighborhood. And so we went, and we've been going ever since. I came home right afterwards because I heard some things that he taught that I was like, I don't know about that. And I came home and got my concordance out and looked up the word, and it's like, oh, he's right.
It was a Sunday morning. I had called out of the Yellow Pages and talked to Pastor on the phone. And he gave me directions, but he didn't give me the correct directions. So, but I found the church, and I've been going there for 20 years.
My first day at RMFC was really like coming home to family. I was moving here from Hawaii and had been really concerned about finding a new church. And I came to RMFC, and everyone just welcomed me like I was family, especially Pastor Mike and Miss Melody.
My first time at RMFC, I remember it was the week before we started leading worship there, and I wanted to come check it out, and I had never been there before, and I was by myself because Jared had to be somewhere in Colorado Springs, but I walked in and everyone was just so welcoming. I was like, whoa.
You know, the Sundays afterward, as I started to get to know a little bit more about the church and our pastors and their history, you know, it's a good story. You know, they were, and I love the fact that we're connected with a missionary outreach in Africa, in the Congo, and actually, Pastor and Miss Melody had been over there. They had been called to Africa.
What I was asking the Lord, like, Lord, I want to know the pastor's vision for the city, you know, what he's seeing for the future, and then he started talking about all those things that he had God had put in his heart for the city, for the people, and I just knew it was like God dropped in that comfort place in your home.
I remember that Pastor Mike's message really hit home with me, that I really felt that he was delivering a word that I was receiving that meant something.
Coming here and getting to meet everybody for the first time and just realizing it doesn't feel like being in a strange place, it feels like home.
I would have to say that what I love most about Pastor Mike and Melody is that, you know, they're with their love, because everything is about love with them, and which is pretty crazy because it's not the same in every church. That's really who they are, is the love of the Lord.
What I love the most about the pastors, my parents here, is just, I don't know, they lead by example, and it's just been very, it's just been inspiring to see that in effect. You know, it didn't stop like from the house over into the church. Like they're always a great example for me.
I would have to say it's their heart for God, you know, for walking with God. I love their consistency.
That how they love people, how they love all people. They have no partiality, no favorites. Everybody feels loved.
You know, I appreciate that. I think Mike has a understanding and is able to relate the grace message like no one else I've heard.
What I'm excited to see God do at RMFC in the future is continue to grow us to see. I know Pastor Mike has some awesome visions for the church, and I know that God will honor that and grow that, and even whatever our pastors have dreamed, God's got bigger dreams, and he will see those come to fruition. So
I'm excited to see healing just flow into the city of Pueblo, and I think we're going to be a big part of that, so it's super exciting just to know and get ready for something like that, and just fully trust that God has something big for RMFC.
You know, I really feel that we're at the edge of a new revelation, a new growth time, and I think that the church is going to change the city.
I'm just excited to see him continue to move in our hearts and stir us up to move in our community.
I think one of the things I'm most excited about is just to seeing people get a revelation of the heart of God, a revelation of how much He really loves them.
It's been like rapid fire, just great teachings and sermons that have just really, I've seen change in my personal walk with Jesus. We've seen better health in our family and in our house, and it has just been so apparent.
I'm super grateful for just everything that we have both learned together and individually about renewing our minds and the way we live our life day to day.
I've grown spiritually to the point where I love reading the Bible.
It's helped me really know and solidify what I believe in.
Having that support system where you know that even if you go out and some of your family members or somebody doesn't agree with you, you know, you can always come back. And even if you're not on the same page, it's like Ed was saying, having that, being teachable, being willing to be taught, being willing to be corrected.
RMFC has changed my life because it's all about growth, all about learning and growing and being able to know God and just being able to receive everything that He has for us in this lifetime.
Mike and I have become very close friends, and he's mentored me and helped me spiritually just become a better person.
Well, our love walk is better because, you know, like we said, there's churches that where you serve, and there's churches where you outreach, and all churches have strengths that they do, and this one is just really the love of God, and it's from the head down. It's from our pastors down that they minister that.
Watching how they do family, how they are with their family and the family of God on Sundays, and it has changed us our relationship to keep that foundation in place, the love.
Just being able to have that confidence that I can approach them whenever I want. I don't have to think about, okay, am I disturbing somebody or am I an annoyance kind of thing. That has never crossed my mind, and that has actually helped me grow more.
When I went to New York, when I went to India, they were still always there for me, and this was still always a place that I could come and know that I was coming to family, I was coming to hear the Word of God.
And it gave me the church home that I needed, and it gave me the fellowship with other people.
I'd say tenacity, because it takes a lot of that to get to 30 years.
Love in action, just love.
Loving and generous.
I would just say blessing.
The word devoted comes to me.
I think Pastor Mike and Melody really have a pastor's heart.
Very caring.
I would just say caring.
Family.
I thought of that too.
Don't weary in well doing, because God sees everything that you guys do. We might not, but He does, and His rewards for you are great because of the incredible blessing that you are to everybody.
I would say to Pastor and Miss Melody, thank you so much for being faithful.
I would just say thank you for just really helping my walk with Jesus. I feel like my walk with Jesus wouldn't be what it is today without those voices speaking into my life.
I would just say thank you and I love you for everything that you guys have done in my life, in his life as well.
Keep it going, you know.
Yeah.
Just keep pressing on. And
The best is yet to come.
Yes,
It has
for
to be.
sure.
Very happy 30th, and let's just keep going, you know, and here's to the next 30.
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.